Hi Mason, this is your Nana, and I have an interesting bedtime story for you tonight, and I'll bet it's one you've never heard before. It's from my very own old book, so it looks a little bit torn up, but I'm going to read it to you. It's called The Big Jump. I hope you enjoy it. In the old days, no one but a king could have a dog for a pet. So the king had all the dogs in town. He had big ones and little ones, thin ones and fat ones. When the king took his dogs out to play, the boys and girls would all come to look. Then one day, a pup ran away from the king. It ran to a little boy. The name of the boy was Ben. Ben bent down to give the pup a pat on the head. "Go back," he said. "I am not a king. Go back to the king." But the pup gave Ben's hand a lick. It would not go back to the king. "Look at that," said the king. "My dog likes you. It is too bad you are not a king. If you were a king, you could have this dog." "How I wish I could have it," said Ben. "Could I be a king? What do I have to do to be one?" The king laughed. "Oh, a king has to do a lot of things," he said. "For one thing, he has to know how to do the big jump." "The big jump?" asked Ben. But the king was gone. Then Ben saw him way up high on top of his palace. "How did you get up there?" asked Ben. "All kings can jump like this," said the king. "If you could jump up here, you could not be a king, but you could have the dog." Then the king came back. He looked down at Ben. "Would you like to have that dog?" he asked. "Yes, I would," said Ben. "Well, you may take him home with you for one day," said the king. "See how high you can jump, then come back. If you can jump to the top of my palace, you may keep the dog for a pet." "I will do what I can," said Ben. "I will go home and see how high I can jump." When Ben got home, he took some jumps. He could jump to the top of one box. He could jump to the top of 2 boxes. But he could not jump to the top of 3 boxes. He and the boxes fell down. Then Ben took a big stick to help him jump. It was a good trick, too. Now he could jump high. He could jump to the top of 3 boxes, then 4 boxes. But that was as high as he could jump. And then the pup did a funny thing. The pup jumped up on one box. From that box, he jumped to another and then to another. When he got to the top box, he looked back at Ben. Ben laughed. Good pup," he said. "Now at last I know how to do it. Come, we will show the king that I can jump to the top of his palace." Then Ben went back to see the king. The king was on top of his palace. "I can do it," said Ben to the king. "Like this." Ben jumped up the steps one by one. Jump, 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 step by step to the top of the palace. The boys and girls looked at Ben. They laughed. "We can all do it that way," they said. "Yes," said the king. "Now you can all do it. Ben showed you how. I did not say that Ben had to do it in one jump, and he did not. But he did jump to the top, so the dog is his." "Oh, thank you," said Ben. "And thank you too," Ben said to the pup. He bent down to shake the paw of his pup. "You showed me how to jump up here. I will name you Jump, and you will be my pet from now on." And that is how Ben came to have a dog in the days when no one but a king could have one. Now there are some more stories about the king and Ben and Jump in this book, and we'll do those next. I Sweet dreams.